You're watching WXXV News 25, your local choice.
Good evening, Gulf Coast, and thank you for joining us. I'm Sabria Reed. 5 people are dead in what started as a triple homicide at a Biloxi hotel that led law enforcement across the coast, ultimately ending in a standoff and a dead suspect. It began here at the Broadway Inn Express in Biloxi, where 3 people were gunned down. A barrier was set up after the incident at the threshold of room 123. Family openly mourned as investigators delivered the news on this chaotic scene. Harrison County Coroner Brian Switzer identified the victims as Mohammed Molini, age 51, the owner of Broadway Inn; Laura Lehman, 61, an employee and resident; Chad Green, age 55, an employee and resident. The 4th victim of a carjacking near Magnolia Avenue is 52-year-old William Waltman of Diamond Head. He was a public works worker and contractor with the city of Gulfport. The shooter, identified as 32-year-old Jeremy Alexander Reynolds of Biloxi, fled, committing another assault before barricading himself inside a gas station on 28th Street in Gulfport.
At about 9:11 this morning, we got a call to shots fired in the area of the Broadway Inn Hotel. Officers arrived and found several victims on scene. The suspect fled in a black Mercedes. We are currently working this scene here. We'll be providing more information when we have a good idea of exactly what is happening.
Right now, we don't know the motivation behind these killings. We move on now to Gulfport, where the suspect in the Biloxi triple homicide apparently was involved in not 1, but 2 carjackings. The first was called in to Gulfport police in the area of Magnolia Avenue, where there were also reports of shots fired. That carjacking victim later died. Then another victim tells WXXV about his encounter with the suspect. He described him as being an African-American male, about 6 feet tall, and looked to be in his 40s. The victim said the suspect had something in his hand, but he couldn't tell what it was. The suspect approached the victim's car while he was stopped at a signal light at Canal Road and 28th Street. The victim was in the vehicle with his wife and 3-year-old child. The suspect tried to open a car door, but the vehicle had automatic door locks. When he couldn't get in the vehicle, the suspect fled across the street to Canal Grocery, where he barricaded himself in. News 25 Janae Jordan is live in studio with us with more about the standoff in Gulfport.
The suspect was chased to a residential area on 28th Street, where he fled from police into Canal Grocery. 2 people were in the store but fled when the suspect entered. The suspect barricaded himself into the grocery store for over 2 hours. Police tried to contact the suspect in the store, but there was no response. They deployed tear gas after 30 minutes and entered the store about 2 hours after the tear gas was used. When the police entered, they found the suspect dead.
For it to happen really in your own backyard, that's the crazy part about it. Like I say, it was a high-speed chase that I'm near the road, and honestly, I see this car just boom, like he could have hit me how close he was, and I was like, man, but that just like, it shook me for a moment, like, man, this is really a high-speed chase really going on right here in Gulfport, Mississippi. Like, you don't really see this a lot here. You hear about it, but you don't really see it, and it really kind of just woke me up, like, you know what I'm saying, like, this is the world that we live in today, like, this is what's actually going on.
In addition to Gulfport Police, Harrison County Highway Patrol and military police from the CB base were on scene. Gulfport also had its SWAT team deployed. Live in studio, Janae Jordan, News 25. Sabria, back to you.